Alright, let's talk about something that's probably gonna make a few people uncomfortable, and that's fine. It's good to be uncomfortable sometimes. There can be more, I should say, to street and travel photography than a human walking through a shaft of light. Yeah, I said it. Go ahead, attack me. But before anyone gets defensive, let me say this up front. I am guilty of this too. I've taken this photo as well. I've used it. I benefit from it. Leica, Fuji, Ricoh, and even other camera brands are guilty of it as well, especially if you look at what they're pumping out and what they're rewarding in their monthly contests. The problem isn't the photo itself. The problem is that this image has been elevated into something far bigger than it deserves to be. Can we stop? Just stop praising and rewarding this photograph as peak street or travel photography, or at the very least, can we evolve past it and treat it as part of photography, not the entire thing? And now before this turns into like, oh, Justin is angry or he's bitter to start the new year, I'm not, and I've done an episode like this before, but I have to keep coming back to it because you guys need to be reminded about it. So let me clear something up. I'm not jealous. I'm not frustrated. I'm very fortunate. I make a living as an editorial and commercial photographer, and I genuinely enjoy teaching amateur photographers online here on YouTube as well, and in person with my workshops. Quick moment before I sort of dive in and rant some more, just to thank my friends over at Wotan Craft Bags. Thank you for sponsoring this episode. Thank you for making content like this possible. They make the best street and travel photography bags out there. No gimmicks, no cliches, highly functional, subtle, modular, and fantastic build quality. And if you're in the market for a camera bag, give them some love. Check out their website, use the affiliate link in the description box below. And when I say human walking through a shaft of light, I think you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's that image that wins endless monthly street and travel photography contests, especially sort of the mid-level competitions run by camera brands or Instagram competition, things like that. The formula almost never changes. There's just slight variations of it. A large textured wall, a dramatic shaft of light coming down from the above, and right on cue, a single person walks through that light. For street photography, it's typically black and white. For travel photography, it's typically color, high contrasting color. And from a technical standpoint, you usually see it shot wide between sort of a 28 and a 50 millimeter, pulled back a little bit, lots of empty space. It does require patience, a basic understanding of exposure, and it requires very little conceptual thought. You expose the highlights, you wait, someone walks through, bam, you got it. And that's exactly why people love this shot. It's attainable to your average amateur. You don't have to get close to people. You don't have to engage. You don't have to take risks with your photography. You don't have to think much even about a story. You guys are gonna knock me for that in the comment section, I know. But most importantly, why a lot of people love it and keep doing it is because these camera companies and these contests, they reward it. And here's the problem. Most of the time, these images, they lack depth that a lot of you guys are searching for. They lack meaning and emotional weight. I'm not saying every photograph needs to be profound or emotional or a long-term documentary project that's gonna change the world. But when an entire generation of street photographers is taught that this is the goal, this is the go-to shot, this is the image that's gonna win you the awards that you cherish, something gets lost. And this emptiness, I see it. That's why I have to keep doing episodes like this, because people come to me in my workshop, they come to me in my online one-on-one classes. They're amateur photographers that want to take the next step. They've done everything right. They've won their monthly contest with that shot of the person walking through light in Vietnam, maybe with a conical hat, a shot that I've taken a million times. So again, don't attack me. I've done it. I'm attacking myself today. Or in Cuba or in India with just high contrast colors. They do everything right, yet they come to me and they feel empty about their work. And maybe you are too. And maybe you're satisfied with the shot as well. This isn't really for people that are satisfied. Not this episode. It's for people that are feeling empty and want to have some depth in their images. And it just comes down to they're producing clean, competent images, but they're not saying anything with their photography. And the reason they're doing this is because they've been taught visual tricks instead of visual storytelling. Story, style, and narrative are not reserved for professional photographers like me. Anyone can find a story worth photographing, but telling that story requires intention, it requires sequencing, it requires time and patience and understanding how images work together to tell a story. A single person walking through a beam of light rarely carries that weight on its own. It rarely tells a story on its own, or rarely tells a story with any depth and meaning on its own. I know. I'm being mean again. I'm not. So what's the alternative? Quit telling me what the problem is. Tell me what the alternative is. Well, the alternative is you commit to a project. You study photographers who spend months or years on a body of work. You don't have to put months and years. It's up to you what you want to commit to. But you pay attention to how they capture emotion, how much variety exists in their images, how those images are sequenced to build meaning, how maybe they use one out of their 15 shots in their photo story of someone walking through a beam of light to help tell a deeper story. And you start small, one simple story. Then you build from there. You build a foundation. And I promise you this, if you spend even once a week or a few times a month photographing a story you genuinely care about, it will be far more fulfilling than ending up with 15 variations of the same light shaft photograph. A 15 image story, that's just an arbitrary number, but it's a good place to start, will teach you more and give you more pride than 15 near identical crowd pleasers ever will. And now let me be clear, this image is not the enemy. I know, like I said before, I've taken it. I still take it. Many professional photographers do. It's a tool, not a sin. I'm not saying remove it from your repertoire of photographs, but expand on that repertoire. I've used variations of this shot in photojournalism, in commercial work, in video projects, and even early on in my career when I was shooting weddings, I used it quite a bit. A person wearing a conical hat walking through a shaft of light has pleased my clients, commercial and editorial, for years. The mistake happens when it becomes the only thing that you know how to do. Some photographers you will see online, not many, but they build entire careers around this look, and that's fine. I'm not attacking people that do that. Some do it really, really well, but if you're learning and you want to grow and you're trying to find your voice, relying on one visual trick will eventually stall you, and that's probably why you're here. If you want depth, meaning, and longevity in your photography, you have to move beyond tricks and towards storytelling. You have to risk boredom, failure, and slow progress, and easy shots that are easy to pull off, that are easy to win awards. But when you do, the payoff is real. This is not meant out of any sort of bitterness or anything like that, so spare me the negative comment. And before you go, don't think you can hide behind the something old in front of something new cliche either. I'm coming for that one next. All kidding aside, but the same goes for silhouettes, reflections, juxtaposition shots. You can keep taking these and keep learning them as part of your process, but take them and use them with purpose and try not to become one-dimensional. Now, I don't blame amateurs out there because they're doing what they're taught. I blame more the camera companies that are just pulling off these quick tricks or lowest common denominator shots and rewarding them in these competitions. I think they're teaching the wrong thing, and I wanted to start the new year by teaching you guys the right thing, or at least something different, or at least something beyond that shot. And all these tricks can be part of your arsenal. That's okay. The most important thing is learning these tricks and learning when to use them and how to use them to tell a meaningful story. If today's episode resonates with you, add a comment in the comment section, start a dialogue, and if you're serious about improving, you can check out my online mentorship program. I've got one-on-one sessions. I've got a whole bunch of new workshops for Vietnam and beyond for 2026, private and public workshops. You can check all that and more at askmott.com.